Alright, so where we cannot connect, there's an error sending back. You may see the message here. Error connecting to SQL Server, and so on. So this error, let me show you the code, is coming from, it's try to connect and print error connecting to SQL Server. You see that with the auto message right here, the error message. So this is a code telling us there's a problem connecting to the server because I didn't provide a password. This is where you start to type your password. Alright, so this is just a password that you have to have your own for your database. And your username, and this is the server name. Right, same thing with connection. SQL Server extension. This is the connection info if we need it. So what I'm going to test now is this one has to provide password right here, right? Two, and the rest should be fine. So after you test put in password, you can just save and try again. Go back to the server and sync and try. So I'm going to resync the web application. Alright, so now we come back and refresh. And if there's an error again, login failed for a user because maybe user's name I didn't have it correct. But let's see. So something wrong with the password, or I'm going to go back and check. So I'm coming back to verify my password, and I'm going to write print. It's going to print a message that successful, right? Successful, that means we are able to connect to the database through this PHP code. So I'm going to save this. I'm coming back to the server again and web app and resync it. Deployment options, sync it. Alright, so sync. So we go back to home page, refresh, and hit submit. So it's gonna be an error. So let me check. What I did is I'm creating a new database, okay, to test because I'm pretty much forgetting the password for that one. So it's CSC110. So for you can actually connecting to this database, right? For some of you, like, you don't need to worry about having Visual Studio, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a table for you. You can just use this connection string from this video here. I'm going to do all the database table for you through the Visual Studio here. Like, I'm creating a new database now. And like, you don't need Visual Studio, you just use connection string. But if you want to manually do it by yourself, you could. Like, you don't even need to have the access to Microsoft Azure, as long as you like to renew your subscription. You don't have to. You just need to put this code, right, and test connection after you save it. Okay, so one more thing, after it's connected, I need to make sure I can allow the server here, which actually this is pretty much what you need. You need to provide your IP, otherwise you cannot connect to my database. Only the IP that I allow will be able to connect. And how to get your IP is very easy. I'll show you. So this is the IP that I'm getting, right? So I need to allow this. Okay, like even you have all information, password, username, server name, if you don't have the correct IP, you're not able to connect to this database. Alright, so what you just need to email me your IP and I'll add it for you. So how to see your IP? Like IP always change, right? So it depends on the location that you want to test. If you're at home, at your school, it's different. So what is my IP? Just Google for that. I should show the IP. That's my IP. 164.168.1.675.242. You just need to email that IP to me and I add this for you. Right, then it's allow you to access to my to the database I'm creating now. Okay, but if you don't have problem with using Visual Studio and database, then you can just do it. Yeah. So let me connect that first. And now I'm connecting to the database. So we're going to create a table, and after that you should be able to test the code. So I'm going to wait for that to connect. Now we will come back to our code is here. Verify everything is correct. Save that. Then we can go back to our resync it on the server. IP is added. So go back to our Java tutorial website and do the deployment options and just sync it. So after sync, then we can start to refresh. Right, and it should say successful message if it's working correctly. If there's an error, you see that. So now we're going to see this is sync. No, or not, it's not sync yet. So I'm going to sync it. Okay, now it's sync 8:25, the current time. Alright, so and we want to refresh this again. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the web app and Java tutorial, and then okay, 1 second. Deployment options, and then we're going to sync. Alright, so let me now test again. Alright, it's submit. We wish okay, still an error. Let me check what So I'm switching back to the tables. So I right click and do add new table. So it's going to create a view here for me. This is the new database here, which I can start to add a new table. Right, so now we have the image up that we can start to add. So I'm add username, and I'm going to say this is just the data type, which is in varchar 50 is like the max to 50 alphabets. Password varchar is like a characters, right, or a string that I want to allow up to 50 characters for this string. Use varchar 50. So that's the database. So need to give the name to the database. So this is SQL, like SQL is the language to create a database. I'm going to change this to table name users. Right, so and then you just hit update. And it's going to create a new table onto this database. Okay, where we can start to put in the username password. When users start to log in, just verify with the database instead. So I'm going to do update it. Database is updating now. So while it's updating, we're going to switch back to test again. So I verify my connection string again. And I need to pretty much just do the deployment again. Alright, so CSC110. And I'm going to go to the web app and resync the code again. Right, so we're going to test that and verify the table has been completed. So the table is created right here. Now I'm going to open the table and insert username password to the table. So I'm going to if you double click now, it's going to just open it for you here. So it's still doing something. Alright, so go to view data, right click view data. That's another way. It should show the table here. So once the table is shown, you pretty much can just manually insert the data onto the table. Like I'm going to say ID is 1, and Mickey is the username, and mouse is the password. And you can keep adding another user, another password. Alright, so we have the table done. Now we're going to switch back and test. Alright, so refresh and hit submit. And yeah, so we need to fix the issue with the connection here from the code. So what I did, I create a new database again. Alright, named tennis, because I suspect your password with $sign is going to be a problem because PHP used $sign. And I'm going to show you that this one should be success at this time. So I save and resync it. And then after resync, we're going to refresh. Success. So it works. So make sure your password shouldn't have $sign. So you can use this connection string on your code to connect to this database. Don't have